Welcome back to the Jacob McLaughlin podcast and radio show, coming to you guys on this Monday, June 8th. You guys, it's been quite a while since I've actually podcast with everything that's been going on in the world as of 2020. It's been absolutely crazy, and I just wanted to take some time off to be honest, just to reflect, get through this crazy time, but also just, take a little bit of time just to not go so hard. And it's been a good reset because I'm ready to go. I'm just too lazy and I got to get back to it. So I appreciate you guys for tuning back in. And I hope you guys are doing great. Again, if you guys are now just listening to it and it's later on, right now it is the pandemic of COVID-19 or coronavirus. So we closed the gym March 17th here at Jeremy Scott. And we just opened back up May of, I think it was maybe May 12th. It's only been, no, it wasn't even that because it's June already. So it would have been May 20th or something like that. So we've only been open for about 2 weeks. So yeah, it's been an absolute crazy time. I haven't been training during that time just because of what the world is like, because it is a scary virus for many. But as results are coming back and they're getting data, things are starting to open back up, which is nice. And we're finally back at the gym. But we do have a lot of regulations going on with, right? Jeremy has been absolutely amazing with it. Expect nothing less from him because he is the top when it comes to, the whole fitness world. And he's done everything, talked with so many people. And even when you come in, we have disinfectant out. You guys will actually step in it. Your feet get disinfected. You wipe it on a towel. We have hand sanitizer set up. And then we already have 6 hand sanitizer stations. When you guys grab out weights, you just leave it. And then we come by and wipe it all down. So again, things have changed a lot. And my joke of the day is when I talk to people is everything you knew about gym etiquette, throw it out the window because it's all gone. Don't re-rack your weights. We'll do it for you. We'll spray it all down and clean it before you have to. So it's a different time for all of us, and we're all just learning. And so it's been quite the little period of time. But glad things are getting back to normal somewhat. But that's what sparked this podcast, this YouTube video. What we're going over today is it's a season. I've been training a couple people now that I'm back to normal, and the number one thing I'm hearing is, during this time I gained weight. During this time I drank more. During this time my kid gained weight. During this time I just couldn't even work out. I just didn't have motivation. And so I just wanted to speak to that to you guys and give you some tips just to go over some of these things because, it's crazy for all of us. One of my clients I work with, they work 12 to 14 hour days running their business while they have 2 kids all under the age of 9. And they're trying to balance running a business, staying afloat while they're not getting the same volume and they're not able to see as many clients at their business. And it's okay, you're trying to stay alive and just have food on the table and make money. But you're also trying to take care of your kids who are no longer in school, so you're with your kids all the time, 24/7, and that's been a big change for a lot of parents. And you're also trying to feed them while they're doing it, and you're also trying to, feed yourself and take care of yourself. So it's a real stressful time for everybody. It's a real different time. We've never gone through this, and so I just wanted to sit here after talking with a lot of my clients and just, be some encouragement to you guys and just go over, it's a season. Just no different than if you're in the Midwest and it's winter time. It's a season, right? Blizzards are going to come. It's going to be cold. It's going to be -12. But eventually, summer will come. It'll be nice and warm, and we won't worry about the snow. And it's the same thing with Corona. Now, I'm not saying we'll go back to a normal world where it's hey, you guys are going back and in 6 months, we're back to normal where everyone's coming in and out. We're hugging, shaking hands. I don't think it will be that, but understand things will have to eventually get to a somewhat normal, and you guys will figure this all out because again, you really don't have a choice after a while. If you're in it for 6 months to a year, you'll figure out what works for you. And that's been my biggest thing to my clients and just to you guys, to encourage you guys. You gotta, like I always say, you gotta find what works for you, but again, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up if you gained weight during this time. Don't beat yourself up if you're going through just a little bit of depression. Don't beat yourself up if you guys are just trying to make it work and fitness has not been a main priority in your life. Because again, I push it, but I also understand, you guys have families, you have lives, you have children, you have to provide for your family. There's things that sometimes fitness will take a back seat, and that's where I come in and just do what you can. So, I wanted to put a couple tips out there and just give you guys some maybe useful tips that you can do. But again, they're going to be the things I've heard the most and just some of the ideas that I've had while talking with my clients. And I'm just hoping that they can help you as well. So number one is you worked a 12-hour day, a 10-hour day, even an 8-hour day, but you're just busy. You're not having the normal time that you would, and eating healthy is tough for you, right? And especially for myself, if I just worked a 12, 14-hour day, I'm eating what's ever in front of me. And a lot of times for my clients, it's, macaroni cheese. It's whatever they can put in a microwave they can eat within 5 minutes. And that's a common thing. So my number one idea for you guys, or number one tip, would be crock pot dinners. If you don't know what a crock pot is, you should Google it. It's awesome. They now have like Instapots that do what a crock pot does. It used to do like 6 to 8 hours. You can now do in like 20 minutes. So that's amazing as well. But crock pot dinners basically are, you put it in a crock pot and it just sits, and you can have it go for 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, depending on how long you're gonna be gone, and you have the heat. But the cool thing about crock pots is you can put a bunch of different healthy ingredients into it, make it taste great, and when you come home, it's ready right away. You don't have to do any prepping, you don't have to do anything, it's all ready to go. So you could put it in the night before, or you can even just do it the morning before. Take yourself, 15, 20 minutes, get yourself going. Just put ingredients, like I know my mom always loved doing, like maybe it was like a roast or like chicken. Just with chicken, make sure it doesn't get too dry, so that's where the heat and some water comes in. But again, you could put just vegetables and a meat source into it, maybe put a little broth, and then just have that cook for 8 to 10 hours on super low. And then when you guys come home, it's already ready to eat. You don't have to worry about it, because just from experience, like me, when I get home, I'm smashing food the whole time I'm cooking. Now, I have things that I make in under 10 minutes, but that's where my rice cakes come in. But if I throw peanut butter on there, I can easily eat 2,000 calories in 5 minutes. Like, that's not a problem for myself. So how I go with that is, like, I find maybe I'm doing carrot sticks as my snack while I'm cooking. Maybe I'm doing a little healthier option while I'm doing it. Or one of my new things have been like drinking water while I'm doing it. So that way I'm at least getting fluids in me, and I'm filling up my stomach a little bit before I just smash 1,000 calories of peanut butter. So next one would just be going for a walk. 15 minutes. It's better than nothing. If you can't get it a whole workout in, 20, 30 minutes, at least you can get a walk. Even 15 minutes is better than nothing. So just doing something is always better than nothing. If you guys have dogs, if you have pets, take them out for a walk. Even 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night, just think of that. That's 30 minutes if you did that you didn't get in before. So I just highly encourage a lot of people, if you can't do anything else, at least just do some walking. That way you can at least do a little bit of exercise and make sure that we're not just dropping the ball all the way on it. And again, it's at least a time for you guys to think, to do other things as well. So again, crock pot dinners is number one. Going for a walk is number two, just getting some activity. Number three, look at limiting how many times you eat per day, especially if you're sitting at home. So this is something I really had to do. I'll just be honest, the first couple weeks of the pandemic, when I was sitting at home, I wasn't working out as crazy as I normally would, and I also wasn't running. Like, I used to wake up at 4 and go nonstop till like 8 or 9. So I'm just not moving as much. I actually had to make my meals smaller or just eat less. For example, there was a lot of days I actually just took breakfast out, because I'm just sitting at home, I'm just chilling, I'm not doing a lot of activity. So I just took breakfast out of the whole equation. Or you guys can also do where it's the opposite of, like, still have breakfast, but maybe you're just having a half of what you normally had. And you can do the same thing for lunch and dinner. Maybe you're only eating half if you're not being as active. For the 2 months that I was home, I'm sitting at home all day. I'm not really going out anywhere, so I didn't need as much food as I normally did. Which, again, I'm not saying that's easy. It's tough, but if you're able to, maybe if you can just have a coffee for your breakfast, and then you can hold off till 11 or 12 before you ate, and then make a healthier choice when you're eating that. Like I would do a lot of times, like a chicken salad, or I would do even like some potatoes and broccoli and chicken, turkey, lean turkey. Like, those are normally my go-to meats that I have. So again, just making healthier option and choices with that. That can make a big difference during this time. And then like I said, a lot of the moms I heard was, I've drank a lot more wine. I've been drinking way more. I'm having the kids 24/7. My husband's home all the time. I'm about to pull my hair out. That's been a common theme that I've heard, not just from moms, from dads as well, but like the alcohol intake has gotten way up. So how I help people there is, again, starts with portions. Instead of having that bottle of wine every night, can we make it just a glass of wine a night? That would make a big difference. Now, this is where I'm a big believer in the 0-calorie drinks. So if you could do, hey, can we just have Gatorade Zero, Powerade Zero? Those are my go-tos. They also have flavored waters that are great options. Again, I will get kickback from people of like, hey, the artificial sweeteners. And yes, I understand, but if that artificial sweetener just got your sweet tooth and you had 0 calories compared to you just were drinking 7 to 1,000 calories, maybe I'll kind of gamble with this artificial sweetener. And that's just my encouragement to you guys. You know, like, you have to do whatever works for you. But again, if you're that person who's like so against artificial sweeteners, just ask yourself, are you using a microwave? Do you do anything drinking diet soda? Do you drink anything that has an artificial stuff? Because most of the time I'll have people who will be like, I don't drink artificial sweeteners, but I'll microwave or I'll nuke my food and then I'll eat that. So I just come at it with, if you can save calories, save calories. And especially if my mom's drinking 1,000 calories or more a night, drinking a bottle of wine a night, well, if you could have maybe a Gatorade Zero and then a glass of wine, you just filled up your body with, 20 extra fluid ounces that you would have had of wine with Gatorade Zero or water or whatever it is. So again, that is my advice to you guys. If you're drinking, you need something else to do. Again, will it be the perfect fix? No, but it's supposed to help you during this situation, make things a little better. So again, you guys, I just want to encourage you guys. This is a season, especially like with my kids, that if the kids are gaining weight, cut up some slack. Most of the kids aren't playing sports right now. Most of the kids are just sitting at home on iPads eating food. And again, if you're a working parent, I get it. But also, we can't be the parents giving them the food all the time and letting them sit on an iPad and then be mad that they just gained all this weight because they're not playing soccer or they're not playing basketball, they're not playing whatever sport they were playing, and now they're sitting at home eating all day. It's not a good recipe. But that's where I'm saying it's just a season. If they gain 5 or 10 pounds, yeah, that's not great, but also understand they're probably going to go back to their sport here soon. They will eventually go back to running and playing with other kids and just going back to somewhat of a normal life. So again, that's where I just try to push healthy habits. Can you teach your kids, hey, can we have some fruit before you have your crackers or cookies? Hey, can we drink some water throughout the day? Maybe that will help us keep a little more full and make sure that we're hydrated when we go to do our sports. So again, it's the simple things that make a big difference, but just teaching the healthy habits through this crazy time, and then letting the kids figure out, again, like I said, they're going to go back to somewhat of a normal life. They're going to go back to sports. They're going to go back to running around. They're not going to be sitting at home 24/7 with an iPad or doing no activity. That will come back around. So again, everything's a season right now. It's not a fun season, and for a lot of people, I know it's stressful and it's tough, and weight gain is happening. We're not exercising as much, and there's a lot of craziness going on. But my encouragement to you guys is try to make a healthier option when you can, and then just also understand that eventually it will be over and you guys can go back to normal. So I hope these tips helped. I hope you guys are staying safe and doing great during this crazy time. And until next time, do something active, spend time with people you love, and live your life to the fullest. I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.